In Poland in September 1940, the Jews were uprooted again. Deportation overseas was now impossible. Hans Frank was told to prepare for another big influx. He ordered that all Jews would have to be concentrated, packed into closed ghettos. In each Polish city, a dilapidated area was turned into a Jewish compound. Frank protested to Hitler that this could only be a transitional measure. He had no more room. There must be a final solution of the Jewish problem based on the expectation that they must disappear. Walling off even 1 square mile of a city like Warsaw was not easy. Tram routes, for instance, could not be diverted. They continued to run through the middle of the ghetto, with a bridge built over for the Jews to cross by. In Warsaw, an area which had housed 25,000 people now held 500,000.
There were only 2 water pits in the ghetto. The ghetto was small. When they brought us into the ghetto, they put 3 families with children into one room. In one room, 3 families with children. We never slept.
When Frank took over in Poland, he had ordered the Jews to elect their own councils. Jewish community leaders hoped that by serving on the councils they might mitigate the worst effects of German rule. They would transmit German instructions and organize a supply of labor. In return, they would be allowed to arrange relief work, distribute rations, reopen hospitals. But the Germans made them personally responsible for seeing that Nazi orders were carried out. Well-intentioned men found themselves trapped. They had become the authority running the ghetto on behalf of the Nazis. The councils recruited a Jewish police force. They were to supervise sanitary arrangements, enforce price control. But in time they, too, found they had to work direct to the Germans.
As father had a higher education, he tried for and got a post in the police force. Soon he was put through a course and became an officer in the Jewish police force. Not long had passed, just a month or 5 weeks, and father realized what his job in fact was as an officer in the Jewish police force. He couldn't accept it. He'd previously innocently thought that it was a matter of enforcing order, keeping order, in the good and pure sense of the thing. But he saw that life in the ghetto was the life of animals, an animal life, and his job was reduced to the oppression of the people. This is why he handed in his resignation.
The death penalty was introduced for the most trivial offenses. Anyone found outside the walls of the ghetto was hanged, while the rest were paraded to watch. Ghetto rations were less than prison rations. The food condemned as unfit for human consumption. Starving children begged, risked their lives to smuggle in anything to eat. It says something about the mentality of the Nazis that they filmed the life of the ghettos in such detail, partly for the record, mostly for propaganda to kill sympathy for the Jews. With the right commentary and skilled editing, the films would show the Jews as lazy, mercenary, evil, naturally dirty and disease-ridden, to be isolated for others' good. Jews, lice, typhus was the slogan. The films were never completed. Perhaps someone realized that they might have the opposite effect to what was intended. After 1 year, 1 person in 10 in the ghettos was dead of disease and starvation. But Hans Frank still insisted that ghettos were a transitional measure. He still demanded a final solution. The Jews must disappear.